This is your Uncle TreeJam, and we are back with Mass Effect 2. Last time we just completed Dr. Morden Solis' recruitment mission, and we got the opportunity to spend some downtime with our crew afterwards. But now that we're back on the Normandy, it's time for us to resume where we left off. We just debriefed a lot of the crew members, so let's go ahead and talk to Morden one more time.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Later, better. Think I've cured Joker's condition. Simple treatment would... No. Would cause liver failure. Never mind. Start from scratch. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
And we can always hear some miscellaneous comments from Morden Solis by doing that. But I do want to go ahead and direct our attention towards the research terminal. This is the area where we're going to make our upgrades, the ones that you don't actually buy in stores. Anything that you pick up during missions will appear here on the terminal for weapon upgrades, armor upgrades, ship upgrades, and anything that's special proprietary technology. I am going to go ahead and invest in heavy weapon ammo. Even though we're not going to use it much, I do want to make sure that our heavy weapon ammo is topped off. There's at least one assignment that I want to make sure that we have heavy weapon ammo. And if things work out, it'll be the only assignment where I use it. And we're also going to want to make sure we have heavy weapon ammo for this suicide mission. Let me go back to the terminal real quick before I forget. One thing I do want to... I'm gonna refrain from this one. I don't need that at the time. We are going to need some heavy skin weave if you want to use heavy bone weave. And if you ever want to, you can actually use this ability right here to select a new bonus power. But we're not going to use that. I am going to go ahead and upgrade our metagel capacity. And we'll probably leave it there for the time being. The rest of the stuff I do want to wait on. And those upgrades are pretty much instantaneous. Now we are still going to have to replenish the amount, or actually, you know what? I didn't check my ammo or metagel before I did that, so...
No messages for you, Commander.
I guess if I do need to replenish it, I'll find out. It'd be a minor inconvenience. But now that Dr. Solis is in our party, we can go ahead and board Omega. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that landing sequence because we don't need it right now. There are going to be some episodes where I want to keep the landing sequence in to make it certain that we have to transition over from one area to the other. There's a certain character we're going to meet later on in Omega. I'm trying to remember who it was. A Solarian character who's trying to get some dirt on Arya. I'll go ahead and post the name here, but for that one I may decide to cut some stuff and keep the transitions in just to make sure that people know that we're moving over to a new hub area. Let's go ahead and add Morden Solis to the party. And I'm thinking, let's see, who do you want to take this time? Maybe Kasumi? Zaid? Because next up we're going to have to... I just want to showcase a little bit of dialogue with Morden that he has once you board the station, so I don't think it matters too much. Let's go ahead and pick Zaid. Looks like Zaid has been in a few fights. He knows how to handle Omega's atmosphere. And we actually have some points we can allocate towards Morden. I'm actually going to wait on that for just a bit. Let's go ahead and board the station.
Judging by the quarantine reports, the plague has been completely eradicated, Shepard. Dr. Solis' assistant has been helping any patients with complications.
Excellent. Knew he could do it.
I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Okay, so that's all we get with Morden Solis. Now, we're not going to do Archangel's mission just yet. I'm actually going to wait on that. There's a certain squad member that I want to add to the roster. So let's go ahead and head back onto, well, actually, no. I take that back, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stores real quick. This is going to be a This video right here is going to be us doing some chores, buying some upgrades from stores. We can go ahead and skip the entrance of Afterlife.
For experienced, assertive individuals to carry out highly lucrative operations within Citadel space. Travel the galaxy and help conquer it, one piece at a time.
Let's take a look. This may be the way I want to go. If not, then... yeah, okay. So here we are at Ken's Salvage. Now, I don't use shotguns, but my squad members, Jacob does, and I think another one that we're about to recruit pretty soon will. Let's look for something that's going to actually benefit us as an infiltrator. Just to make sure I want to double check and see which ones I left behind in the stores. That is definitely necessary right there. Sniper rifle damage I do like. Hack module is going to be it's very much appreciated. But we're going to skip that for now. I do really want that sniper rifle damage. Sniper rifles are going to be the cornerstone of my character. As long as I can actually, work on my aim.
Oh, it's this.
And now we're broke. Hope we enjoy poverty. I miss the days of Mass Effect 1 already. I could just sell items and gear and make a ton of money. Max out that credit rating. Get that 9999999, folks, what it's all about. Mass Effect 2, you don't get that. Mass Effect 2, you make far less money.
That type of person, apply to Datan manufacturing today and look into the abyss.
In Mass Effect 2 is actually very difficult to make money. It really is. Compared to Mass Effect 1. But we're gonna go ahead and just deal with it. Let's go inside the Normandy.
The Alliance has dispatched aid and transport.
And we're gonna head on out.
To ease the suffering ruins of the human colony.
So now we can go ahead and take a look at the terminal. I do want to double check and see if I've missed anything as far as upgrades go. Like I said, I want to spend some time right now just going around collecting stuff, and I'm going to take a look at the Citadel markets and see what they've got at the Okeer Ward. Figure out what we should prioritize next.
No messages for you, Commander.
And we do have an armor-piercing upgrade, and that is very useful. So let's go ahead and put some money towards that. And by money, I mean resources. Alright. And now that we actually have the research lab up and we have the ability to allocate money towards Miranda's project, we should have an easier time with mineral scanning, and I might actually want to consider getting that pretty damn soon. Let's take a look. Magel capacity, we can wait on that. You know what? Let's go ahead and put some towards assault rifles. But the next mission I'm planning to do is the dossier for the Warlord Okeer.
No messages for you, Commander.
And so if that's going to be the mission we go on, I'm definitely going to want to bring Zaid with me. He does have assault rifles and sniper rifles, and he has the ability to rip through shields, which will be useful against the Blue Suns. Let's take a look at Morden. I'm thinking I also want to bring Morden with me because of, there's a certain something about Morden's past we're going to find out. He's going to go into a little bit more detail on that. He does have Incinerate, which makes him very useful for that. It does make the option of choosing Morden's upgrade a little bit more appealing if you want to upgrade his tech damage. Let's take a look. This will be useful for Saeed, I think. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get it. It's relatively cheap. And we have a trauma module, which is a little bit more expensive. Which makes sure that Unity heals our squad to full health. But I do want to go ahead and get the advanced mineral scanner because one thing I don't plan to do a lot of is showcasing how scanning works in Mass Effect 2, but since we haven't done it before, I will go ahead and show what scanning looks like. This will make it a little bit more bearable, and we can easily make up the cost of scanning by doing more scanning. Paying for that upgrade, we can just make up that cost by getting more shit to put into our pockets, minerals and whatnot. You know what? Let's go ahead and just get this. I'm gonna regret it later on. But, yeah, at least we have it.
No messages for you, Commander.
Alright, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna showcase the scanning mechanics of this game. And it's probably not the most... Depends on who you are. Oh, I exited out of there on accident. It's not the most enlightening activity for most people. I personally don't mind too much, but it can get a bit time consuming. So what I will do is I'll buy some probes. And we will notice that probes do cost money, so if you're running low on cash in game, it is theoretically possible to run out of money to, explore new sectors of space. So, I don't think I've ever run into that issue, but I think it is feasible to have that happen. Well, let's go ahead and look around the Omega system, the areas that we have looked at the station, and some of the mass relays and stuff. But we haven't looked at the planets, so let's go ahead and go over here. With the planet of Binder. If it were closer to Sahabarik, Binder would have an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. In the deep cold of the older solar system, however, both elements have long since frozen to the ground. So it looks like they're pretty mineral rich. Let's take a look around. Now, typically what you want to do if you're on keyboard and mouse like me, you're going to use your mouse to mouse over areas, and you're going to right click to have the scanner go online, and that's where you can actually deploy a probe once you see a mineral deposit peek out. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit that sweet spot, move your scanner around a little bit to where you get that thing nice and like bright yellow is usually where you want to be. Looks like we're going to get a nice deposit of platinum.
Launching probe. In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
Alright, and the first time you get everything, Edie will give you a little bit of a rundown on what stuff is useful for. The way I do things is basically this. Just move back and forth, and whenever I see the scanner kind of peeking out in an area, I'll look around a little bit and explore. But if it's not worthy of attention, then I'll just ignore it. That, however, is definitely, very appealing. However, we do have a bit of a choice to make. Platinum here versus palladium there. Let's see what I can do here. Let me see if I can get the palladium and then focus on the platinum later. Let's take a look.
Probe launched. In research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
Oh. Yeah, I hope I didn't screw myself there. Maybe I didn't, and I'm just being a little bit too overcautious.
Probe launched.
something I haven't quite figured out is whether or not you sacrifice one deposit for the other if you have two that are showing up on scanner. Because I kind of want to max it out in one area, but I don't want to like lose the benefits of the other. But if anything was worth investing in, it would have been platinum. But I will go ahead and take that hit for you guys and show you what that's like. To be honest, with the resource bonus that we've gotten from importing our game, there's not too much to worry about. Even our element 0 is kind of pretty high, and that's actually very difficult to... You gotta do quite a bit of work for that element 0.
Probe launched.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this mouse back and forth like this. Let's take a look at this one. This is iridium.
Probe launched. In research projects, iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
That's a bit of a bummer now. Oh well. I guess one of the things I've never quite looked at in detail is whether or not one peak is sacrificed for the other if you decide to go one direction over the other one. But yeah, I haven't bothered to do a lot of research into that because there are plenty of planets to mine resources from, so most losses are pretty tolerable the way I see it. But yeah, if you ever wonder why people like to talk about mineral scanning being very boring, I would just say look at it and make your own decisions. I don't mind it too much, but I can see why it gets kind of repetitive.
Launching probe.
But there we go. This is pretty much the meat of your resource harvesting in the game. You can get some small token amounts from missions, but really you're going to want to spend a lot of time here. I'm not going to be showcasing every planet that I go and harvest. And here I am going to want to maximize my platinum yield, so let's try and go for that.
Probe launched.
May not have gotten the full amount, but oh well. And remember that you do have to pay money for probes, so the way I see it, try and get the most out of you can out of each probe. I wouldn't go too much for like small deposits. Try and focus on the big peaks.
Probe launched.
But it's up to you. And now we're in the poor rating, but I think I saw a nice peak somewhere. Let's take a look. Oh, hello, honeycut. Yes. That's good enough, I'd say.
Probe launched.
Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything. Now, if you hadn't gotten Miranda's scanner, you'd probably have to mouse over areas furiously. It would just be very annoying. This thing makes the cursor move a little bit faster while your scanner is active. So all I'm really doing is holding down my right mouse button and moving back and forth. Oh, hang on a second. Nah, it's too small. Alright then. We're gonna go ahead and leave Bender alone. And we can take a look and see what we got. And that's pretty much how resource scanning works in Mass Effect 2. About to say 3 there, and then I realized we haven't quite gotten that far. Come on, TreeJam. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Not the most exciting thing for most folks, but it does depend on what you like. Some people have a certain amount of patience for it. And I think I'd fall into that category. I have a lot of patience. There we go. So what I will do now is I will go ahead and note some other things. There are other systems that are beyond the reach of this main one that we're in. The main one being where our mass relay is located. You'll simply have to click and hold the Normandy if you're on mouse and keyboard and move the mouse around in whatever direction you want to fly in. Now if you want to fly beyond the boundaries of the system, you can do so. just be aware that you will have to consume fuel to move to other systems, and these systems are represented as green arrows on the sides of the map. We actually have one at Amada showing the crash site of the SSV Normandy from the first game. We saw that crash sequence at the beginning of Mass Effect 2, so that is actually an assignment that's added in by one of the DLCs that I got via the Cerberus network access card. And this is actually a retail copy of Mass Effect 2 that I eventually decided to register via Origin after many years of actually owning my retail copy. So there we go. We also have Project Overlord. I'm not going to tackle it just yet. That's actually a DLC mission. We have Recruit the Convict, one of our dossiers, and that is actually for Subject 0. The Krogan is Dr. I don't know if I want to call him a doctor, but I guess we should. Dr. Okeer. And it's like the one we're going to be doing next in the other episode. Zaid actually has his loyalty mission for us in the Ismar Frontier. And here we have the Serpent Nebula, about pretty much the place we went to in Mass Effect 1 for the Citadel. We're doing a lot less in the Citadel and focusing more on the Terminus systems. In Mass Effect 1, most of our activity was centered around Citadel space and the Attican Traverse, this half of the galaxy for the most part. And here we're going to have the Terminus systems, and we're going to have a lot of activity going on in this region for Mass Effect 2. And that's about it. I'm actually going to wait on Archangel's recruitment mission. And there we go. That is resource scanning. That is also how the map works in Mass Effect 2. I don't know if I need to go in detail on that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I felt like it seemed interesting enough to explain enough to folks. But that's pretty much how I do resource scanning. I'm not a pro at it. And I'm certainly not a 100% person when it comes to resource scanning. There are plenty of planets, so you can always, you can get far more resources than you ever actually need in the game just by scanning extra planets over and over. But do keep in mind that resources on a planet do not respawn. Once you mine out a planet, it pretty much stays mined out. Bender is going to remain depleted for the remainder of the game. You cannot go back and mine that same area. We have to go to other planets. So the resources we get are ample, but they are also very finite. And that is worth noting. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and close out here. It's actually a very short episode. I might catch some sleep. I'm kind of feeling tired, so thank you for tuning in. This is GreatTreeJam. See if I can get under some nice lighting conditions. And all I want to do is just wish you guys a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you might be in this universe or the next. Next time we pick up, we're going to be tackling the dossier for Dr. Okeer, the Warlord Okeer, and we're going to meet a new squad mate. I'm not going to say who it is, but for those of you who played Mass Effect 2, you know who it is. It's our favorite baby boy Krogan. But I think we're done here, so take care folks, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. And hopefully I'll get this sore throat of mine taken care of.